Good morning. I think I put a post on Facebook about this snare drum that somebody had gifted me from my old school. And anyway, it was in pretty sad state of affairs when I got it, but I knew that it was worth saving. It's a 1950s Gretsch snare drum, has 6 lugs. When I got it, the rims had been over tightened many times over, and it was very warped up. But as you can see, I did take it to an anvil, and I worked on it to try to get it as true as I could. The important thing is that where the snare drum head, the batter head and the snare side head, where it meets the head, the important thing is that was fairly true. So all I had to straighten out was the top part. It looked worse than it actually was. And naturally it was missing the snare on the bottom. It had the original thin Gretsch snare on it, which my Gretsch drum set that I have over here behind me, that 8-inch snare, it had this particular one on when I bought it new back in 1983. I saved it and have kept it all these years because I put a Grover snare on that one, and I've saved it all these years, and sure enough it fits this one, and I think it really sounds good on this particular drum. I put a Evans dry Genera head on the top and Evans snare 300 on the bottom, and I also replaced the snare strainer or throw off on the side. I put a post out there because I was looking where to get an original, and some of you were very helpful in hooking me up with different places I could check with. I decided to go with an aftermarket. So I put an aftermarket one on it, but the thing is, where I drilled it and where I put the replacement snare strainer, if I were to get an original, it would mask that and cover that up. But this drum, as I said, was in a sad state of affairs. I had to re-glue this seam right here where the mother of pearl had separated right here on the side. I replaced that, or didn't replace it, I re-glued it. And also I took all the hardware off of the shell. You might have seen pictures where I put I put a picture of it out there. And if you noticed, it was really yellow. This drum must have been used in a club, or whoever owned it must have did a lot of smoking, because it had yellow all over it. But I was able to clean that off and get it cleaned up. And it really is a good sounding drum. It doesn't have the an internal throw off on the inside. So I did a minimal amount of muffling. I would suggest you guys out there that are looking a way to muffle a drum, don't choke the drum. Don't muffle it so much that you hinder the sound of it. You want the drum to breathe. Please don't choke it. Don't try to make it sound like a snare drum you might hear in a 3-inch car speaker. Okay, we don't want it to be like that. All right, so don't over muffle it. As you can see, I used very little. It doesn't take much. As I said, I put the Genera head on Genera dry on the top, and it seems to fit this drum very well. The only thing I've got left to do with this is the stand that it came with. I need to work on that with some steel wool. I'm going to try to refurbish that, because this looks like the original stand that came with it. I'd like to thank Miss Pamela Duke from Dunn Middle School for gifting it to me. It was very kind of her to save it, because she could have thrown it away, which she didn't, to her credit. And we were able to save this drum. I plan on keeping it because I really like the sound of it. I really do. It's a good sounding snare drum. As you can see, it's got the round Gretsch badge on the side. See there? Which is indicative of the 1950s and also early 60s Gretsch snares. I would dare say this one, just simply because of the hardware, the way that's set up, I really think that it probably was a 50s. As you can see, it's got the different type of, it's not your typical die-cast lug that you see on a typical snare drum. It's not very typical. So it's got a straight rim with the almost like a bass drum hoop type clamp on it. So anyway, here's how it sounds. I'll give you a little bit of how it sounds. So anyway, I really like it. So thank you for watching. For any of you that have students that would like to take drum lessons, my studio's open now. I would love to have you as a student. It's $25 a half hour, and I'd love to have you. So anyway, think about it. It's easy parking right here in my driveway and easy to get in and out. So, all right, thank you for watching. Bye.